opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Huddle. Scott Taylor, John Mackey. It is episode 28.
28 already?
Yeah, we're moving along.
We are.
Today's kind of a Senior Bowl day. Tomorrow, Saturday the 25th of May, it's the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. We're going to talk to Darren Demchuk. We wrote a piece in the Huddle.co about Darren, about it might be his last game.
Yeah.
He said 2 or 3 calls.
Oh, wow.
From coaches.
It's kind of sad. Don't say it's so, Darren. Keep playing.
Yeah. I feel like I had to talk him into it, but it looks like no other coaches are going to be able to do that. He's got to keep playing.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a good player. And Jamie Djokovic is with us.
That's right. It's Team Leping versus Team
Puchniak.
Puchniak,
Yes.
From
John
Churchill.
Puchniak was the coach at Churchill, and Nick Leping, of course, was both St. Paul's, and then he and Gil Bramwell started the Oak Park program.
That's correct.
So great stuff, and those are the guys being honored for tomorrow's game. So it'll be outstanding. As well, we've got Marshall Klein from St. Paul's. So we've got kind of a St. Paul show going too. We got Jamie coming in to talk about playing at St. Paul's last year and going off to play for the Vancouver Island Raiders. And then Marshall Klein's coming in to talk about his year at St. Paul's last year and what to look forward to next year. So we've got some St. Paul's guys. We've also got 2 young ladies from the Wolfpack. Mother-daughter.
Wow.
And,
what a story.
And how would you know? Yeah, and they're both defensive backs. They're both playing the backfield together. It's very, very
I wonder how the calls go in that scenario.
But that's the great thing about women's football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's not happening in men's football.
Yeah.
But it happens in women's football.
It's super cool.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very cool. And Dave Donaldson's with us, as he always is.
What the ref?
What the ref. This is episode 28. It's The Huddle. It's community created on Shaw TV. We'll be right back, I think, with Darren Demchuk first. We'll start with Darren. Come on back. We're back on The Huddle. Scott Taylor, Darren Demchuk, who has more titles now in football than anybody else I know. You're working at the office of Football Manitoba. Yep. You're going to play in the Senior Bowl on the 25th at Eastside Eagles Field. Yep. You're assistant coaching. You're assistant to the assistant defensive coordinator at Murdoch McKay. Yep. You'll be representing Murdoch McKay. You've played for the Transcona Nationals. You are Transcona football, my friend. Let's start with the Senior Bowl. Okay. You're the only Murdoch McKay Klansman playing in the Senior Bowl. That's got to mean something to you.
Yeah, it's a little special that my coach would give me a tribute like that.
This is your last football game, perhaps?
Possibly, yes.
Are you thinking about playing?
I'm weighing my options. I'm trying to move more into what I'm going to do after high school and all that stuff. So if I have time for it, then I'll for sure try to get on a team sometime.
Now, have you decided on college or university yet?
My goal is to get to Manitoba Emergency Services College in Brandon to be a firefighter. But that's a couple years down the road.
That's perfect for a linebacker.
Yeah.
So then the majors are there and the rifles are there. There's opportunities to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about coaching. You've never coached before, and now you're helping Ron Bresch at Murdoch.
Yeah, well, I've been around the team for 4 years, and it's hard to go when you're not a player anymore. So I just was showing up at the practices and our combine and stuff, and I pretty much wouldn't take no for an answer. So, yeah, I'm helping out with the linebackers and just anywhere where they need me, really.
Now, you were an undersized linebacker. Yeah. So I suspect a lot of what you're doing with Murdoch is to help some of the younger guys handle the position.
Yeah, for sure. Because when I was younger, I always was blaming my size for not being good. But as I got older, I realized that I could do this to my advantage. And then my last year, I had a pretty spectacular year, I'd say, for statistics-wise.
Yeah, it was a terrific season.
Yeah.
On a pretty good football team.
Yeah, a great football team.
And
it's only getting better.
It's only going to get better. Yeah. Tell me about the offense you've got there. That's something else now.
Unbelievable offense. We'll probably have our quarterback is looking to be one of the top quarterbacks on the provincial team. We have 5 receivers, but one of them got hurt for blue and gold. So he could have made the team too. And then we got a stud running back coming up, only in grade 8, Jalen Burley, who's an absolute monster.
John Mackey, who of course is your boss at Football Manitoba. Yeah. When we looked at the pictures of Jalen Burley from the under-16 game at Blue and Gold, he was wearing the Murdoch helmet. Yeah. And all John said was, he's at Murdoch too?
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be a great running back for that program for 4 years.
And we haven't had a just a running back specific player. Like we've had lots who've been like fullbacks or converted receivers into running backs. So we've never had somebody who's played running back all the way up. So it'll be exciting to see what he can do for sure.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting to see how grade 9 starts in his first year in high school.
Yeah.
The Senior Bowl, what does it mean to you to play in the game?
Well, it's nice for me because I've been playing against most of those kids like for my whole career. So, and people have always like held them up high. And you know, Leon, that guy right there, I've played against him for a while too. So it's nice to know that I've in that conversation with players who are going to play all over the country next year for CIS teams and stuff. So
it's big stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you.
And you were a Transco International?
For sure.
For how many years?
I think 6 years I was there.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Darren Demchuk, everybody, is going to play linebacker in the Winnipeg Senior Bowl. It goes the 25th of May at Eastside Eagles Field. It'll be a great day for football, as it always is out at Eastside Eagles. When we come back, we've got lots more. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
I'm Kristin Widows from Transco International's Cheerleading, and you're watching The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, Darren Demchuk. We're going to play 10 questions. My favorite part of the show, and we have a graduating senior on today playing in the Senior Bowl. Let's get started. You ready to go?
Yep.
You've seen this before?
Yep.
You've been excited to play this game? Yeah, keep shaking your head. Your favorite sports team?
Winnipeg Jets.
Yay! We have a Jet, finally. Your favorite athlete?
Ray Lewis.
That's a good choice. I love the helmet he wears. I think it's great. Your favorite movie of all time?
Coach Carter.
That's Samuel L. Jackson, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Your favorite TV show?
The Huddle.
Oh, kid knows. Kid's pretty smart. You like something else too, don't you?
Yeah, Family Guy too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Your favorite entertainer?
I like a wide variety of people, but probably right now it'd have to be B.O.B.
So I'm assuming your favorite music is hip hop and rap.
I guess so, you could say that, kind of, yeah.
You're not a country guy.
Not at all, not at all.
When you're not playing football, you're around football, coaching football, or working at football. What do you like to do?
I also play basketball a lot too. Anywhere I can go, like during the summer, I always play. We got a couple courts in Transcona.
So that was going to be my next question. Your favorite sport other than football?
Basketball, yeah.
And no question about that. What's your favorite subject in school? What do you like to take?
I love history.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And you're going to be a firefighter?
Yeah.
Not a history teacher?
No. Thought about being a history teacher.
Did you?
But didn't want to mark, so.
And the question that everybody waits for, Betty or Veronica?
Betty.
And you have a reason for that?
Yeah, kind of. She's more down to earth than Veronica.
So there you go, Rebecca, our floor director. Thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.
You were great. Darren Demchuk, who will be playing in the Senior Bowl on the 25th at Eastside Eagles Field. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Hi, I'm Don Onamaso, number 93 of the Edmonton Eskimos, and you're watching The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to The Huddle. My guest is a good friend of the show, a good friend of the old radio show, who hasn't been on the show since 2012.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So welcome back.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of months. Jamie Djokovic is with us, quarterback of the St. Paul's Crusaders team that went 12-0. Did we even talk about that? About going 12-0?
Don't think we did, no.
That must have been fun.
It was, yeah, can't complain.
What is it about that St. Paul's team, A, that is as successful as it always seems to be, and B, I was talking to Stacey Daynard yesterday, why you're hated so much?
Well, I think a lot of the time while
You're
we're
supposed to laugh there. That was
I don't know. I feel some people think we have a certain stigma. Well, a lot of people look at the school. It's in Tuxedo. It's in a wealthy area. I guess what people don't really see is a lot of the kids, especially like me and a few other guys like Blair Mattis, Jeremy Druin, we come from the south side of the city, and we it was our decision to go there. Like, no one came and talked to us. It wasn't my mom saying, hey, I want you to go here. We decided we want to go there, and we all came together to play football. And I think that's what's really good. Well,
the big reason is you tend from time to time to go 12-0 and win championships.
I guess.
And that makes people unhappy that are playing against you.
I guess that could also be a factor in it as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very committed process. We would do film work every lunch hour. We would do practices right after school till about 6 every day. We would have team bonding moments. Once a season, we all got on the bus for the weekend and drove down to Grand Forks and watched the UND play for a game. Watched guys like Brett Cameron, who are alumni at St. Paul's. It was just, everyone was very connected, and for the 3 months of the football season, it was a family that you were with for the 3 months. Like, that's who you lived with. I was at home I went home to sleep, and then I come back to school and worked on school and then football, and then went back home to sleep and then came back. So it was just kind of a routine that we get into, and for those 3 months of the year, we're committed to football. So. And it worked. It did.
So now you've committed to something new. Greg Graceffo, my good friend who was the coach of the Rifles, often said when it came to recruiting for the Rifles, if a kid wants exotic, he really can't fight that. You strike me as one of those kids who wanted exotic. You're going to the Vancouver Island Raiders. A, great program. B, the last time I was on Vancouver Island in Victoria, I felt like I was in another country.
It's
nice. So far away, and it's so different than it is here. Why did you decide Vancouver Island?
The program's really great there. Really, they were they're kind of the stepping stone for me to get all these options to even choose from. They were the first team that really looked at me and said, hey, you got something that that we need and that we can see as being beneficial to the team. And I went out there for spring camp, and the atmosphere is great. The veteran players on the team were very helpful and polite, and were willing to kind of incorporate you into drills and get you the time and rep that you need. The city is wonderful. I remember just waking up every morning and going outside and going, wow, like I felt like I was on vacation every day. Even I was, but knowing that I was gonna live there at some point was just incredible, and I loved every second of it. There wasn't a second of that trip that I didn't like, and I love the coaching staff. I text with the coach pretty much daily. He's one of those guys where you can take seriously Coach Snoop. You can take him seriously, and you can focus on the football and what needs to be done, and then there's times where you guys can just talk and have a casual conversation. I really haven't found any flaws with the program so far.
It's also a great stepping stone because there's a number of guys. Jordan Yance, for instance, was the star at Vancouver Island and is now going to be the quarterback of the Bisons. So it's obviously a great way to take the next step in your career as well.
Exactly, for sure. The one thing I see is when you move out past high school, you have 7 years to play 5 years of CIS football. And why would I go right into a CIS program when I can go to a junior program that's successful and that contends for a national championship every year? I can play 2 years there, get some more experience at a mid-level that's a little better than high school, but not as quite as good as CIS. Find that kind of stepping stone, and then get into a CIS program where I can really excel and not have such a great transition, and really just kind of move into it, kind of like Jordan Yance is doing right now.
Because not many quarterbacks at 18 or 19 break in and start in the CIS.
That's correct.
Doesn't happen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jamie Djokovic, the St. Paul's Crusaders quarterback who is off to the Vancouver Island Raiders. Thanks for coming. We got more coming up. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV. It's The Huddle. I'm Scott Taylor, and that's What the Ref, Double D, Dave Donaldson. And today, I don't care about the rules. I don't care about the rules most days, but I don't care about the rules today.
I know you don't.
I want to talk about something that you think and I think is a little more important, and that's this after-school program you've been running.
Right.
Football after-school program.
Pretty much that's it. 3 years ago, Marcus Howell and I, we tried.
For those who don't know, former Bomber receiver, Bomber coach now.
Correct. And obviously Winnipeg guy. Marcus is from the inner city just as myself. So the real big thing for us is we wanted to find a way to still coach football on the grassroots level and give back to our neighborhood. So we started a program called the Inner City Youth Football Program, which started 3 years ago out of King Edward School. We started with 2 schools, King Edward, Norquay, actually 3, and William White. Now, 3 years later, we have 8 schools. So now we have Victoria Albert, Dufferin, Pinkham, I can go on and on. I mean,
but you've got 8 schools.
John M. King, my old, and what school am I missing here? I've talked to Dufferin. Yeah, we have 8 schools anyways, and we've expanded to a point where we need more space for the kids.
That's great.
Luckily
so tell us about the program. What do you do?
Well, twice a week we come out. We have a coaching staff comprised of Winnipeg police officers, such as Dave Duncan, who played football.
Of course.
Some amateur football players, such as RJ Cornish, Anthony Coombs, Fabian Ross, Abe Ayoub. So we have a mix of pro guys, amateur guys, and a referee, myself. So we have a mixture of everyone.
Well, you're a pro guy.
Well, yeah, I am. But really, I'm just a guy that facilitates the program. So twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go out of King Edward School. We transport all the kids to the program so that we bus them there. And then we feed them after the program. So that's the incentive. All these kids show up because they think they're going to eat. But before they eat, they got to participate in football, and it's structured. So not everyone and anyone can just participate. They got to sign up. They got to get permission slip from their parents. The school's got to be on board. They show up for those 2 hours twice a week, and we go from 4 to 6. And hopefully with the new year.
Now, do you play tackle football or
no,
flag?
We're teaching them flag football. So basically at the end of our program in June, we have a big wind-up game. And then last year, we didn't have school versus school. Last year, we mixed the schools up. So players from each, girls and boys, from each of the schools, we combined all the kids. So we had 4 kids from 4 different schools playing on one team. So they had to get along with each other. Right? Which is very difficult if you're coming from William, White, Norquay, Pinkham. You all got to work together. But it worked very well. It was very successful. And some of the kids are coming back again that we've noticed.
That's great.
Which is a huge, which says a lot about what we're doing, right?
Have you noticed any of them go on to register and play organized football?
Well, absolutely. I think that was the big thing about our program. Being supported by Kids Sport, a lot of kids and parents don't know that, if you can't afford to play tackle football, there's ways that you can apply for grants to get funded so your son or daughter can participate through Kids Sport. And you can find all about that through Football Manitoba.
Absolutely.
Or just go to Sport Manitoba and see Christine Honish, who's been wonderful. Without Kids Sport, this program would have never started. And without the help of Football Manitoba getting me some flags, some footballs, this wouldn't be happening. But more importantly, at the end of each session, we have themes. So like choices, responsibility, discipline, commitment. Kids got to stand up and tell us what their thoughts are on those themes. And I think that's paramount too, because they need to learn life skills along with having fun in the game.
So they're getting both. It's almost like they never left school, right?
It really is. But the funny thing is, they seem to be keen when they show up because it's a lot of fun. But we seem to sneak in some school stuff while we're at it, right? And I think that's really cool.
That's typical of you and Marcus, though. Yeah, have them learn something before they go home.
Well, they should.
Before they get fed.
Before they get fed, because one kid last week, I said, why are we here? One kid says, to eat. And I said, well, before you eat, you're going to have to listen to me. And, he didn't have a choice, right?
So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I always enjoy listening to you, too. What the ref? Double D, Dave Donaldson, talking about something that is even more important than the rules. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. When we come back, we've got lots more. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Hi, I'm Jordan Yance, quarterback of the Manitoba Bisons. You're watching The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor. My guest is Marshall Klein, defensive tackle with the St. Paul's Crusaders. It's like St. Paul's show today. We had Jamie on, who's leaving. Jamie's gone.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, are not playing in this weekend's Senior Bowl because you're still a year away.
Yeah, 1 more year left. It's my 3rd year with the AAA team, hoping we can repeat it again, do what we can.
Yeah, you were 12-0 last year. As we talked to Jamie, that was a lot of fun. Tell us how your experience went as a defensive lineman.
Well, the experience, it was good. I spent my grade 10 year, I was the rookie. I took the back seat. I learned from guys like Quinn Horton, Lucas Machado. And then my grade 11 year stepped up. I was a captain. It was just great to see the team learn because we were ranked 4th coming into the season.
Right.
So that, as a team, we took that as an insult. So we worked harder, and that's generally probably gave us a success.
The guys who really take it as an insult tend to be defensive linemen because they're the toughest guys in the field.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't want to make you angry. What's your size now?
I'm 6'1.5". I'm 285.
Yeah, a little bigger than most. Tell us a little bit about your football background. Where did you start? Why did you start? Why did you get into football?
I started back in Thunder Bay when I was 5 years old. I got into football. I watched my older brother play, and it just seemed like something I wanted to do. I got into it. My older brother left the game. I kept with it, and I've been with it ever since. And I've done whatever I can.
You started in Thunder Bay. When did you come to Winnipeg?
I came to Winnipeg Winnipeg in grade 4, so when I was 11.
So you
I already played a while.
did you go right out and play minor football?
Yeah, I came here my first year. I wanted to play for Fort Garry, but they were full, so I ended up playing with Charles Wood for 2 years, and then I went back to Fort Garry, and after 2-3 years at Fort Garry, came to St. Paul's.
Why did you choose St. Paul's? Was football the main reason?
One of my friends, Brendan Nyox, his older brother went there, and he talked about how football is great there, but academics are also awesome. And when I'm looking at universities and when universities are talking to me, I look at their academics, I look at their football, because I want to go somewhere where I can benefit both academically and athletically.
So you're a guy who is not looking at next year's Senior Bowl as perhaps your last game. You're a guy who's looking to go and play in the CIS when he's done.
Yeah, CIS, and I'm also looking down south. I'm looking wherever I can play football. You know, like you've had Matt Kineski on the team. I was on the Team Canada team for 2 years. I know quite a few guys in the U.S., but I also know quite a few people in the CIS, and I know that I will be able to continue my football, and it's just a matter of where I will.
What do you want to do in school?
I want to go into business.
Yeah. There's always a chance to make some dough. When you prepare for a season, what's your off season like? What are you spending your time doing now?
Off season, I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym as much as I can, and then when it comes to about summertime, I go to a lot of recruitment camps down in the U.S. because then when you're playing,
now, do you want to get bigger?
Guys, yes, I want to get bigger.
So 285 isn't enough for you?
285 is good, but I want to get bigger and more of my muscle tone. So lose more of the fat, get leaner.
When the future comes up, now you've got a full season coming up next year. Is this St. Paul's team going to be as good as it was?
Well, everybody might have us down and out, but I know that we can bounce back. We got a really veteran offensive line. We got a great running game.
Yeah, but you've also got a great feeder system. You've got the JVs to the second tier team, and then your AAA club. So there's always somebody coming up.
Yeah, and everyone always wants to step up. Like as soon as you come into the school, it's I don't want to play JV, I don't want to play AA's, I want to play AAA, and that's the goal. And I've seen a lot of kids that I'll watch them play AA, and I'll be like, oh well, they don't look too great, but when they step up and they have the chance to play with the big guys, that's when they
and get the good coaching too.
Yeah,
and play with better players.
Excellent coaching.
Sure helps. Hey, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Marshall Klein, St. Paul's Crusaders defensive lineman, all of 6'1", 285. We have all the little guys on this show. That's what I like. When we come back, we got lots more. This is the Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
May I walk you across the street?
Sure. Why not? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to the Huddle. Scott Taylor, along with Holly Young and Mercedes Young, two football players. Honest to goodness, they're football players. I'm not lying. Mercedes, I can understand, because you're what, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah,
5'10".
Mercedes looks like a member of the Wolfpack. Holly, on the other hand, what do you weigh, about $110?
118 pounds.
Wow. And you're both defensive backs, and you play in the same defensive backfield together.
Yeah.
You were saying before it'd be great to have names on your jerseys.
Yeah. I mean, for the whole team, but I mean, for us, you'd have two Youngs at the backfield, and we play opposite sides of the field. If we're on this at the same time, it'd be pretty neat.
It would be pretty neat. Holly, tell us how you ended up being a football player.
Well, I guess I played for a little bit when I was younger, but I played a lot of ball hockey and sponge hockey, and met up with one of my best friends now, Amanda Fraser, who's number 52 on the team, and she's like, Holly, you got to come play football. I'm like, well, I have an injury from the military. I can't do it right now. Next year, I made all the practices, and I was sent away for training, so I missed all the games. But when I went away, my daughter played. And then this year, I made all the practices, and I made 3 games so far. So it was all just kind of word of mouth.
But you're going to miss the final game of the year.
Yeah, against the Fearless on the 2nd.
Because you're off to?
Ohio for training.
In the military?
Yeah.
Okay, now Mom's playing. When did you go and play?
I played last year for the Nomads, but I played when I was 7 and 8 years old for Transcona Nationals.
Right, Terminator.
Yes.
But you hadn't played for a while.
No.
7, 8, that's what, 8 years?
Yeah.
In between. What made you go back?
I really like playing football. I don't know, I really enjoy it, and Amanda got me into it.
Yeah.
It seems like Amanda's the villain in all this.
A little bit.
How much, do you enjoy the hitting? Is this something you have fun doing? Because I have seen the pictures of you knocking people down. It's,
Yeah.
It looks like something you like to do.
I played men's ball hockey too, and there's a little bit of body, so I get used to the way you move your body and how you can deflect it and get past with the ball. But then when you're playing football, it's a different style. But yeah, no, I enjoy hitting. It's
you are from an athletic family. I mean, you've never not played hockey.
pretty much, yeah.
And you have brothers that play. You have one that plays football and one that plays hockey, right?
The one Patrick plays football and played hockey when he was younger, and Brennan plays ball hockey. That's what he's into there. So.
And from what I understand from the discussion we had, is that Amanda saw you and saw your speed, and kind of thought, I got to steal this person to come up for the Wolfpack.
I guess that's one way to say it. Yeah, she's like, Holly, you should come play football. Like, you got a lot of speed, and like, you're not afraid to hit anybody or get hit. So and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll try it out. So now I'm addicted.
Terrific. What's it like playing with your mom?
It's cool. I have more experience on her because it's my second season.
And because you've made one season of practices, but only 3 games total.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's great to be in the armed forces, but that has to be a pain. You would have liked to have played, though.
Yeah, totally. And by leaving, I'm missing my daughter's graduation, unfortunately, and then I missed the game and in championships. So that'll be okay, though. It's worth it. I'll get to watch her from Skype.
And you have enjoyed it, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, playing football.
Yeah.
It amazes me that people as small as you can get so much out of the game.
They get smaller than me. Some of the girls are quite smaller.
Well,
too,
of course,
so.
there's Melanie Asen, our good friend with Fearless, who's 4'10", 85 pounds.
Something like that, yeah.
Hey, great. It's great to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Mercedes and Holly Young, mom, daughter, both members of the Wolfpack, a team that's 1-2 on the season, with a lot more women's football coming up this year. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
Hi, I'm Carl Volney, running back for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. You're watching The Huddle on Shaw TV.
Oh, I think we have to pay attention.
Hello.
I'm not as worn out this week.
No,
that was a great
You're
show.
full of energy.
That was a great show. Don't lose the football. That was a great show, but it moved along with a little better pace than some of them. Just been bang, 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 and
That's right.
I'm dead by the end of the show. Today was great. It was great to have Dave Donaldson back on. Dave will be with us again next week. Darren Demchuk. I hope he plays.
I sure hope he
What
does.
a great guy.
Yeah.
I hope he plays. Jamie Djokovic going off to the Vancouver Island Raiders.
Vancouver Island. Good luck to Jamie
Now,
Djokovic.
you're quarterback's coach with the Bisons. Do you think this is a good move for him?
I think it's a great move for Jamie to experience junior. I know that he wanted exotic. I know you guys talked about, leaving the province, going out and experiencing different things. What he'll have to, really do his work on the field, and also he wants to go into school. It's a part of growing up. I think Jamie's going to make the right choice. He's not going to make a wrong one.
Yeah, but he also said that the thing about it was he has 7 years to play 5 years of CIS football.
That's correct, yeah.
So when he comes back, and I think he will come back, he's going to be a guy who is 2 years advanced from where he is now. So he's going to be a better quarterback than he was.
It's a process that we always have at the U of M here. You can see, I think, from the past decade that there's always been quarterbacks that have played junior, that have gotten that game experience, because it's very tough to,
did you play
give
junior?
that. I sure did.
Yeah.
Nate Friesen, Khalil Williams,
now
Cam
Jordan
Clark,
Yance.
Jordan Yance. You start seeing a trend with all these quarterbacks, and it usually does follow through with the quarterbacks that have the most experience. And that experience is best gained into game situations, whether it's in junior or CIS or at a higher level from high school.
Yeah,
so
it's that intermediate step.
And again, only one guy can play the position, right? So
that's right.
We're always looking for a guy that can come in, compete, make an impact right away. And there's always that jump from high school to junior, and from high school to CIS is huge, right?
It's going
the
to be better
speed, fast, everything like that. So best of luck to Jamie.
Great decision.
Good friend of Football Manitoba. He's a part of all of our events, so it'll be good to see.
Jamie Djokovic off to the Vancouver Island Raiders. Next week, got lots more, including we're getting out of the studio for flag football. That's next week on episode 29. Hey, thanks for joining us. This has been The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV. See you next week.
The Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new world sports pub Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.